Hey guys, it's Jamie from Footsore Miniatures here. I would like to welcome you to the 12th episode of Footsore Friday, a series where we look at basic modelling and painting techniques to get our forces onto the tabletop quickly. Today's episode focuses on how to paint horses. A couple of times we will refer back to old videos for the hair, layering, basing and metallics. I hope you have enjoyed this series, and I would like to wish you all a happy holiday period. This is the final Footsore Friday for now, but I hope to be back in the future. This is not a masterclass tutorial by any means. It does, however, go over how to paint a horse quickly and easily. I have built and prepared the mini as shown in episode 1 with Alclad Grey primer. We will be using Vallejo Game Air paint as a majority through the airbrush. I will use mixes from dark to light. I never use the same exact mixes twice, as I never want two horses to look the same. You can be assured, however, that I am simply working from dark to light. By using a limited palette to make my mixes, across the whole army I can have a level of uniformity without each horse looking like a clone. I use a cheap Sparmax airbrush for this. You do not need an expensive state-of-the-art airbrush, just good control. As you can see here on the piece of paper, practicing with a cheap airbrush can get nice thin lines. The key is to have nice thin paint, thin with the appropriate paint thinners. To begin with, I will use Vallejo Game Air's Bone White and paint white patches around the hooves and on the nose of the horse. This will save us time later. Now I'm going to do a lot of painting with the airbrush. Horses are quite large and so lend themselves perfectly to using the airbrush. I start with the darkest mix and work my way up to the lightest mix of Bone White and Beastie Brown. Each time I cover less and less of a surface area. With the lighter shades, I angle the airbrush so that they will only hit the raised areas. This is called zenithal highlighting. I add Beastie Brown to the dark Fleshtone to highlight, and then add Bone White to the mix. The final highlight will be Bone White and Dead White mixed in with the browns. At this point it will look too washed out, but do not panic as the next couple of steps will solve this. Now we wash the brown with Army Paint A Strong Tone, a brown ink wash that will shade and define the areas where flesh meets the leather harness. Now I still felt the colour was too far away from what I had in mind of a reddy brown, so I grabbed Beastie Brown and Vallejo's Glaze medium. I mixed them in equal parts and glazed over the entire horse. This tints the colour, bringing back the depth from the washed out highlights, but still shows the layers underneath, so we still have nice contrast and definition. I then paint a white flash on the head to add interest. I used bone white for this. I used dead white to highlight this flash. Using colours from the same palette helps keep the models uniform despite the different colours. All white areas of the miniature receive a wash with Army Painter's Soft Tone, a sepia ink that adds enough shading without changing the colour too much. If I was to use Strong Tone, these parts could end up looking too brown and dirty. I now paint the rest of the model, the hooves, the hair and the metal. For information on how to do this, refer back to the relevant Footsore Fridays on our channel and on Facebook. I chose green for the cloth of the saddle as it will complement the reddy brown of the horse quite nicely. The next step is to varnish. I varnish the entire horse with Liquitex matte varnish. If you buy the red pre-finned one, it shoots straight through the airbrush, but you can apply it by hand if you wish, or instead use a spray can varnish. I apply high gloss by hand to the leather areas, as this will push contrast between the two shades of brown. All that is left to do is to base the miniature. I followed the basing tutorial I uploaded onto Footsore Friday a few weeks ago, and if you like this you should go back and check this out. And with this done, the horse is ready for a rider, or for use on the tabletop as a scenery piece. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Have a great Christmas and New Year, and I will see you soon.
Hear ye, hear ye. Footsore Miniatures, 28mm historical miniatures. Footsore takes pride in the highest quality metal models, available in the UK, US and worldwide. Footsore believes in delivering high quality products. Find out more at footsoreminiatures.co.uk.